Welcome. Thanks for watching. Before we get started, I just want you to applaud yourself on, getting to this point. You've established a business. You've built this business. You've identified that you need support to elevate your business, and you've come to this video seeking that support and insight and wisdom to grow it. And that takes a lot of courage and a lot of wisdom to get that support, and I appreciate it and I value you for it. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. I'm Liam. I'm a graphic design, digital marketing, and business consultant. I work for the Toronto studio here in Canada, and these are some tips that I found in digital marketing that'll help you get your business to where it needs to be, okay? Where it needs to be in an extremely volatile and rapidly evolving marketplace to help you reach your goals and your KPIs and get those key performance insights to build the next chapter of what your business means to you, what your business means to your customer, and what your business means in the term of growth at the end of the fiscal year. Okay? So let's get started. One of the questions I get asked is, what is digital marketing? What is it? It's a great buzzword, but what is it? And there's a lot of ways I could answer that question, but I think what will be most relevant to you in terms of your business is understanding that it is an ecosystem. That digital marketing just means building an ecosystem online around your business. So that means a website, social, e-blast, video, etc. But more specifically, it means building a support system online that builds trust between you and your consumer. And that's what's key, because when you can build trust to your consumer, an ideal consumer, you can get into that circle of purchasing behavior that much quicker. Right? And to do that, you need to go through steps, because we just don't immediately trust people and businesses right away. We need a series of steps and systems to do so online to make them want to buy from you and your business. Okay, so that makes sense? So that's it. So when I describe digital marketing, it's building a system, an ecosystem around your business online to support your goals. Okay, so let's start there, and we'll keep going. Okay, so, it can be very overwhelming to any business to get started into the digital marketing space. Because you think, well, I need to have a website, I need to have an e-blast, I need to have social, I need to have this, I need to have that, and where do I get started? And you just get flooded with anxiety and dread, and then you get nowhere. Or you rush things, and by rushing things, you do more damage than good. So let's bring up a diagram I've made. To help us in understanding what the digital market space looks like from a digital branding and digital marketing perspective. That's super easy to follow along, and that's super easy to follow along, and we'll get us started on the right path. get started. One of the questions I get asked is, what is digital marketing? What is it? It's a great buzzword, but what is it? And there's a lot of ways I could answer that question, but I think what will be most relevant to you in terms of your business is understanding that it is an ecosystem. That digital marketing just means building an ecosystem online around your business. So that means a website, social, e-blast, video, etc. But more specifically, it means building a support system online that builds trust between you and your consumer. And that's what's key, because when you can build trust to your consumer, an ideal consumer, you can get into that circle of purchasing behavior that much quicker, right? And to do that, you need to go through steps, because we just don't immediately trust people and businesses right away. We need a series of steps and systems to do so online to make them want to buy from you and your business. Okay, so that makes sense? So that's it. So when I describe digital marketing, it's building a system, an ecosystem around your business online to support your goals. Okay, so let's start there, and we'll keep going. Okay, so it can be very overwhelming to any business to get started into the digital marketing space, because you think, well, I need to have a website, I need to have an e-blast, I need to have social, I need to have this, I need to have that, and where do I get started? And you just get flooded with anxiety and dread, and then you get nowhere, or you rush things, and by rushing things you do more damage than good. So let's bring up a diagram I've made. To help us in understanding what the digital market space looks like from a digital branding and digital marketing perspective. That's super easy to follow along, and that's super easy to follow along, and we'll get us started on the right path. All right, so let's take a look at this chart that's up on the screen. So it's called digital branding strategy, but it's essentially what goes into building a marketing ecosystem around your business to get you more clients, to get you more customers, and to give you a greater level of support. So while it may look intimidating, we're going to break it down step by step, and then pick a starting point. Okay, so this is where we're beginning, and we'll grow and we'll go through it together, so sit tight. So the first thing you got to look at is content, data, and analytics. Okay, so content is like, do you have images that you've taken on your phone of your service, of your business while working with your customers and clients, and have you save them? And if you have, that's great. And if you haven't, well, you need to start. The next thing you need to look at is data. Okay, so when I say data, I don't just mean like digital data. I mean data that you've recorded, such as what your most successful customer relationships look like, what you're spending to acquire a new customer or client, what your most successful weeks look like versus your least successful weeks, what type of business promotional tools are working, right? And then you measure them. That's where the analytics come into play. And you measure them and you say, okay, well, I know based on the content I've taken on my phone, the photos versus the video, I know the videos work better than the photos. I know that based on the data I've collected and stored on a spreadsheet or whatever, I know that this customer typically likes to work with me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but I don't hear from them on Thursdays and Fridays. I know that the flyers I hand out using the content I've captured on my phone and put together in, whatever program you're using. I know that they work better in this neighborhood opposed to this neighborhood, and you need to start recording and structuring and organizing that stuff, right? Offline before we go online. So hopefully you've started doing that. And if you haven't, don't worry, because I'm going to give you more tips and tricks to get you there. Okay. So the next thing we're going to look at are these branching out bubbles that are social, ads, SEO, email, website, and conversation marketing. Okay. And in my opinion, you can really start anywhere, but you should start in constructing a website. That's where your first focus in this web should be, because that's going to be a hub of where people can get information about what it is that you're doing, why it's so special and they can't live without it, where they can find you, where they can get in contact with you, what your hours of operation are, what your pricing structure is, etc., etc. So that's where I start, and that's where I think you should start in your business, is constructing a decent website. Okay, and if you already have a website, great. This is just going to be even easier for you moving forward. So after you've built a website, people always tell me, well, I need to rush into social. I need to rush into social. And you absolutely can. But let's, for the purpose of this video, say we're going to look at, SEO. Okay, we're going to look at SEO next. So you have a website, and we're going to look at SEO. So what that means is getting everything organized to be hitting a certain area. So maybe you're in Thornhill and you want to hit up Thornhill. Maybe you're in Barrie and you want to hit up Barrie. I'm using Canadian cities because that's where we're based. For us, we're in Toronto, so we only focus on Toronto. So that means to write articles and blog posts, to put together images and video on the website that are tagged to the cities I want to target. So, I upload, a video, I put it on YouTube, I write a description, I put in the tags on YouTube, and then I take that video and I take the URL, the link, and I put it on my website in a blog or on the page, and it sits there, it lives there. And from Google or Bing or Yahoo or whatever, oh, this was a video taken in Toronto for this service that you provide at this time, and it helps things rank easier. Okay, and that's a very broad way to look at it, but it's a good way to start. Okay, now there are specialists that you can work to rank up SEO if you already have a website, and I think that's great. Absolutely, you should do those things, because building this ecosystem is what's going to help you rapidly grow your business, because you're building a support structure. You're building a support structure because, remember, one of the most important things to think about is who is your customer and how are they going to find you and how are they going to trust you once they find you. And if you can successfully deliver and identify those three things, the rest becomes a lot easier. So to get those three things, that needs a hub. That needs a place where they can see content living structured in a way that makes sense to them, that is easily to be found online through SEO, and they can digest and read and watch that content and say, oh, this is a person I would like to work with. So that's why I say start with the website and start with the SEO, because that's where you're going to start getting more traffic to the website, where all your content lives, and from there build trust with your customer who is now reading and searching through your content. Okay, so now you have your website and now you have your SEO. So you have a website where all your information lives, and you've done some SEO so that people can find your website. Pretty simple, right? From there, I recommend going into social. Now, don't feel like you need to do every social channel at once. Start with one or two to get your feet wet and not overwhelm yourself, right? Don't try and rush through everything, because that's just going to create a rickety bridge effect and everything's going to fall apart. So take your time. So you have your website, you have your SEO, and now you started your social. And what you do on your social, once again, capturing that content on your phone or a camera or whatever you have to capture it, and then from there, recording the data and analytics to know who you're targeting online, be it on an offline or online perspective, which is a lot easier to do once you have a website and you're sending traffic to it from SEO. Then you start targeting that person on social, telling your unique story, telling them why you are so special and wonderful and good to work with that they want to pay you for your service. Okay? Right? A lot of people jump immediately onto social and say, hey, I don't need a website, I don't need this, I don't need that. But you want to be legitimate. You want to have multiple streams of authority building content and links that say, hey, I'm an expert. By working with me, you're working with an expert, and you and your investment are safe. By giving me your hard-earned money, I assure you, you're going to get the best service possible. And you need multiple places to deliver that message to your customer to trust you, because that's what it's about. Trust and building trust between you, the business, you, the individual, and the customer. And that's what we're building. We're building this ecosystem. We're building this multi-step, multi-channel place to build that trust between you and the customer. Okay? So now you have your website. Now you have your SEO. So you have your website where all your information lives. You're sending traffic to it from your SEO. You're sending traffic to it from your social. People are learning more about you on social, learning more about you, and say, hey, I like this person. This person's cool. This business is cool. I dig it. And now you have these three funnel branches going to your business, and sending traffic, sending trust to your business. And remember, do this all in steps to not overwhelm yourself. Okay? Because once you let's use this as a broad example. Okay? You post a video, and on that video, they see what you're doing very well. They say, this person is exactly what I need to solve my problem, right? And they see that on like a Facebook post or an Instagram post or a TikTok. And they say, okay, I love this story. This story, this person makes me, I like them. I want to know more about them. But I need more. I need more than a TikTok page. I need more than an Instagram. I need more than a Facebook page. I need more than a YouTube channel to build trust with them, because I'm about to give hard-earned money away to hire them. I'm about to give time out of my life that I've used to earn money to hire this individual. So where else can I learn them? Where else can I get more trust? So from that social post, they may click to your website. Links in the bio, they go there. And they might say, oh, this person is relatively close to me. They have a lot of customer reviews on their website. They have a lot of video on their website. They have a lot of content on their website, building more authority between you and your customer. But they might say, that's not enough. You know, I've seen what they're like on social. I've seen what their structure is like on their website. I know they're close to me, you know, but I need more. And that's where it comes down into capturing them. So you have this website and they're like, you know what, I want to learn more about them. So they subscribe on your website for your email, right? They give you their email and they say, hey, I want an e-blast, I want a newsletter to learn more about this business and this person. And that's where email comes in. It becomes this third step in this multi-channel funnel we're building, right? And remember, the key here is building trust. We are building trust, sorry, excuse me, between you and your customer using a multi-channel approach so that they eventually want to buy from you, right? So, you know, they read a couple of your e-blasts, they go back to your social, and eventually, you know, it's been, and remember, like, I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm here to tell you the truth. It might take a month for this one customer to buy from your business, but it's been a month. And they say, you know what, I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna hire this person. I'm gonna go to this person. I'm gonna buy from this person, and I'm going to take what they're selling, and I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to join them on this journey as a customer, right? So now they've joined you on this journey. They're your customer. They're buying from you. They're hiring you in your business, and now you're doing great work. You're doing great work with them, right? But it's still not enough. You need more than just one customer to sustain your business. So now we're looking at, okay, cool. Let's have a conversation, right? Let's have a larger conversation with a group of these customers that now through website, through email, through SEO, through social, want my service, but I need multiple purchases, or I need, you know, to get their friends and family buying from me. And so now that's where conversation marketing happens. So now that means, like, on Facebook, you're facilitating discussions and talks about what are the best methods, you know, what things are they interested in solving their problems. You're now talking to other people who also have trust in your space, who may work, you know, you might be in Toronto, they might be in Barrie, so you're not conflicting with one another and saying, hey, you support me, I support you, we'll send each other business. I'm sure you have people from Toronto wanting to know what you do and how you do it, but you can't work with them because you're in Barrie, and I have people in Toronto that might want to work with you, but I'm not in Barrie, and you build these relationships and have conversations with each other's customers, right? And that could come in a form of, you know, being in an article online on another person's blog or e-magazine. It can be getting reviews from customers. It can simply be word of mouth. It can be community management, which is what we discussed, facilitating conversations online and Facebook groups and Instagram chats, etc. And that's where that comes into play. But it's still not enough. You need more. You need more to grow your business. And that's where ads come in, because now you're stepping out of these people who've gotten to know you and care about you and be interested and engaged and are now a warmer market that want to buy. You need to fill more people in there. You need to get more people in there. So now you start ads. Now you get these ads and people are, like, you know, probably browsing, and then it might take them, you know, 20 or 30 times seeing your ad, and they click the ad. But because you have this social group that has trust in you, you have this authority building website, you have these articles online, you have people having conversations from you, them converting into a customer takes significantly less time because you're building a community and a voice around your business. And that voice becomes your brand, right? That voice becomes your identity as a business. And then you structure that. You structure that voice. You structure that brand. You focus. You key into it. And you let it become the filter around your business. Because now you know who is going to buy from you and who is not going to buy from you, from the data and analytics and what's working and what's not. So you filter it out. You're like, I don't want to work with this person, you know, because this person lives too far away from me. They can't afford me. and it's just not worth my time because I'm only an individual and I only have, 24 hours in a day for myself and my business. Now you filter them through your brand and you get your key customer and consumer, which you can sell that much quicker. And because you're filtering this person and you're getting significant more returns on your investment through all these channels, you're building your business. And through building your business, you make more money, you support your family, and you get all these great, wonderful things, okay? So now we've walked through digital marketing as a whole and what, to me, and how I interpret digital marketing is relevant to you and your business. So now you're asking, well, that's all well and good, but how am I going to get more customers and clients? Let's do it. Let's walk through this, right? Okay, so let's take a deeper dive into what a working social media sales funnel looks like, and how by establishing this funnel through digital marketing tactics, we can get the customer to go from the awareness phase to the interest phase, from the interest phase to the engagement phase, to the sales phase, and then thusly give you a loyal, repeating customer, okay? Cool. Now, to get started, we got to think, well, what is awareness? What is it? And awareness is just them simply being aware about your product, simply knowing that you exist, knowing that you're somewhere in the world, and that you have something of interest to them. And social, that comes from your content, right? Your photos, your videos, the messages you're posting. That's where it's coming from. So they'll scroll and they'll say, oh, that's a really great photo. I really like that photo. And then, but they might not like it. They might not like it right away. They just might say, oh, that's really cool. But then they might see a few more photos and they may say, okay, I'm really interested in this now. So now you have their interest, right? They've seen a few of your photos. They really like them. And they're like, oh, now you have my interest. And so now that they have your interest, they're going to engage. They're going to give you a like. They're going to give you a comment. They're going to say something or do something involving the piece of media you've put out online that says that they like it or dislike it or whatever. And that's where the engagement comes in. And they over time they engage with like few more of your posts, and finally they start to feel like they trust you, like they trust what it is you're offering. And they're going to trust you, and they're going to start to feel like they're going to trust what you're offering. And that's where the sales component comes in, right? So now that they have this trust, they've engaged in a bunch of your posts, they want to buy from you. So they buy from you now. They buy your product, your service, your class, whatever, right? And from there, they become loyal consumers, wanting to buy from you repeatedly. Like the way I look at it is, if someone trusts you enough, and how they start to trust you and how they start to feel comfortable around you, the more they're going to open up and the more they're going to be willing to buy from you, right? And these are the stages, right? They're not going to trust you right away. They need to be aware you exist. You need to hold their interest to show that you're of value. They're going to see you of value and want to engage with you more often. Once they've engaged with you more often and they start to trust you, and then they're going to want to buy from you. And then you're going to give this great quality, this great piece of work, and they're going to become a loyal customer to your business, right? We can't expect them to buy right away. It just doesn't work that way. And if anyone is telling you that, then they're lying to you, because, people don't work that way. People don't just buy. They need something to make them feel like they're going to get a return on investment, that they're going to get something from you that elevates their quality of life, that gives them a sense of security, that gives them something that they feel they need in that moment, and you are there at that right place, right time, that right message to give it to them. Okay? So that's the end of this video. I hope it broke down how digital marketing can help you get more customers and clients. And how by building these ecosystems around your business, not only are you going to get more customers and clients and friendships and vendors and whatever it is you need to grow and elevate your business in the marketplace, you're also going to become more independent in managing this ecosystem by yourself. You're going to learn and recognize it takes time to build this ecosystem, to build this digital marketing web to capture customers and attention and all this stuff. And you're not going to be so hard on yourself for not getting the process right away, because it takes time. We're specialists. This is what me and my team does to build businesses and build businesses successfully, right? But as you as an entrepreneur, solar entrepreneur who might not have these resources, you at least now know where to start and where you need to go or what you need to do to grow to get to the next stage where you can hire a professional to do this work for you and delegate accordingly. So that's it. I look forward to hopefully working with you if we've captured your interest, and if not, I hope you'll at least check out some of our other videos and join us on the journey of building your business to where you want it to be and seeing your dream come to life, because that's what we love to do. That's what we do. We're a dream building business. We're a business that likes to structure and organize and design solutions to problems. Thanks.